First up, Terrier softball, 10 and under, who unfortunately could not be in attendance as they are in Cincinnati for a tournament. Good luck to Coach Bolgiano and the 10U Terriers. Next up, Terrier softball, 12 and under, who is not in attendance as they are in Sandusky for a tournament this weekend. Go ahead and read the names.
Yeah, you can.
The players are Kennedy Elliott, Audrey Newman, Callie Snyder, Allie Knight, Kaylin Boyer, Reese Evans, Olivia Shelmo, Kinsey Bolgiano, Peyton Schweitzer Van Pelt, and Kylie Taylor. The head coach is Tim Evans, assistant coach Heather Reeder, and Travis Van Pelt. That's the 12U Terriers. And now for Terrier softball, 13 and under, Brinley Schwartz, Lily Seaman, Zoe Weil, Ava Newman, Jada Kendrick, Remy Grooms, Lucy Christopher, Anna Dennis, Hope Mesher, Haley Roctuno, Charlie Weinbrenner, Abigail Cedars, head coach Angela Cedars, assistant coach Steve Newman, and Justin Roctuno. That's the 13U Terriers. Next up, Terrier softball, 14 and under, Katie Murphy, Kenna Blackstock, Ava Tanya, Savannah Eckard, Everly Johnson, Ella Stahl, Madison McKinnon, Aubrey Crituro, Madison Cooper, and Hailey Bolgiano, head coach Jared Stahl. That's the 14U Terriers. And now for the Terriers 11 and under baseball team, Braven Trainer, Merrick Boyd, Jackson Haley, Braden McKinnon, Ace Horner, Logan Weatherwax, Brady Glinsek, Zach Munoz, head coach Chris Boyd. That's the Terriers 11 under baseball team. And now for the Terriers 12 and under baseball team, Troy Domingo, Chase Colvin, Dominic Rogel, Ethan Kiko, Justin Munoz, Leo Yoder, Matthew Munoz, Morgan Carpenter, Owen Compston, Preston Gaddis, Simon Steigerwald, Zachary Rados, and Aaron Waltz. Head coach Justin Domingo, the 12 under Terriers. And now the Terriers 13 and under, Levi Kosek, Evan Bell, Georgie Nestoff, Xavier Maraza, Brighton Boyd, David Hope, Ja'Cory Skinner, Roman Payon, Nolan Rush, Vaughn Kirkbride, head coach Jason Payon, assistants Aaron Kosek, George Nestoff, Nick Kirkbride, and bat boy Christian Kosek. The 13U Terriers. And now for the Terriers 14 and under baseball team, Jackson Koth, David Feinberg, Caden Payon, Parker Gaddis, Liam Dennis, Lucas Gauze, Connor Cassidy, Mikey Bajernas, Jaden Shigog, Hayden Reynolds, and Josh House. Head coach Jason Payon, assistants Dan Gauze, Gary Turbovich, Matt House, Caleb House, and bat boy Max Bajernas. That's the 14U Terriers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite our general manager, Greg Turbovich, and any member of the Turbovich family to join us on the field for the next part of our ceremony.
I'm not going out there. I should be, but I'm going to stay here. Turbovich is here.
My aunts and uncles, my brother, they're
As we all know, tonight is not only a celebration of Terriers Youth Night, but it's a celebration of the Terriers' 25th anniversary. Back in 1999, the Terriers began the journey into the travel baseball world, founded by Dennis Berry and our current general manager, Greg Turbovich, and others. The Terriers would continue playing in the Great Lakes Collegiate League for many years, including winning the Great Lakes League Championship in 2005. Over the years, the Terriers continued to expand in the travel baseball world, adding teams at the high school level, which competed in the Diamond League for many years, and now having over 10 teams at the youth level currently in baseball and softball. The Terriers, over the years, would have over 100 players go on to play at the collegiate level, and 9 players to go on and play in Major League Baseball. Tonight, we are here to also honor our general manager, Greg Turbovich. Turbo, for the last 25 years, your dedication to the Terriers organization and to the game of baseball is truly amazing. You have done so much for the baseball community of Stark County and surrounding communities, which earned you an induction to the Stark County Amateur Baseball Hall of Fame in 2018. Tonight, with all the Terrier teams in attendance, alumni, families, and coaches, we say thank you. At this time, on behalf of the Stark County Terriers organization, players, alumni, and families in attendance, we would like to present to you this custom Terriers jersey to honor you for your dedication over the last 25 years. Thank you, Turbo.
Mrs. Hope, can you say
Ceremonial first pitch, we will have our general manager, Greg Turbovich, throw out the first pitch to his daughter, Darla Turbovich. And at this time, please rise, remove your hats, and face our flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. for Force, Ohio. In center field, number 11, batting first, Kyan Freyhoff. Batting second, at first base, number 3, Hunter Klotz. At third base and batting third, number 26, Sawyer Solitaria. Batting fourth, playing right field, number 2, Don Costello. At shortstop and batting fifth, number 7, Carson Herman. Batting sixth, playing catcher, number 12, Heath Fetchick. Batting seventh and left fielder, number 4, Caleb Walker. Batting eighth, the extra hitter, number 5, Neil Bartone. At DH and batting ninth, Matthew Serdenak, number 13. Batting 10th, playing second base, number 20, Trent Alvord. And on the mound for the Force, number 14, Mitchell Tarnowski. Tonight's starting lineup for the Stark County Terriers. Batting first in center field, Ty Williams. Batting second, at third base, number 27, Caleb Collins. At DH, batting third, number 29, John Simichek. Batting fourth, at catcher, number 5, Nathan Gregg. Batting fifth, at first base, number 9, Luke Sefkin. Batting sixth, the extra hitter, number 17, Josh DeZenzo. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 24, Ty Sowers. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 16, Alex Laird. Batting ninth, number 23, the left fielder, Nolan Kelliker. At second base, batting 10th, number 10, Braden Broom. And on the mound for the Terriers, number 43, Brennan McCune. Head coach for the Terriers, Chris Willoughby, assisted by Ben LaFay and Don Thorley.
Walsh University, home of the Cavaliers, here in the heart of North Canton, Ohio. And today we celebrate 25 years of Stark County Terrier baseball as they take on the 7-11 Force Ohio WRCL team. Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Canton, Ohio. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon as we have some WRCL action in the final week of the regular season before we get to the nitty-gritty with the playoffs starting next Saturday. First pitch of the game is inside from McCune. It's a 1-0 count to begin this at-bat on Kyan Freyhoff, the center fielder. He's due up this inning along with Hunter Klotz and the power hitter Sawyer Solitaria. Second pitch misses upstairs, so it's a 2-0 count for Freyhoff to work with. McCune, a rising senior at Toledo, one of the best that they have to work with in their arsenal this upcoming year, looking to get a couple more good quality starts before the end of summer ball. Now a 2-1 count here on Freyhoff. As for Stark County, they want to win tonight, not only to get revenge for their loss earlier this week against Force, but also to get a big win going into the playoffs that, as I mentioned, start next Saturday, and as well to honor their 25th anniversary as an organization, as well as to celebrate Youth Night in great fashion. Now it's a 2-2 count after that foul ball, and now the ball is being thrown around. Maybe some early game jitters from Stark County. They know how much this game means to the many in attendance. This is probably going to be the most well-attended game in the whole WRCL season. Even with the playoffs upcoming, I don't know if you beat this crowd. These people love Turbo. They're out here to support him. The 2-2 count, McCune looking for his first K of the game. He gets it. Freyhoff cuts on one upstairs. It's 1 up, 1 down. And with the one away, up steps Hunter Klotz.
The first baseman, number 3, Hunter Klotz.
Klotz, the first baseman, with one away, looks to get the game going for Force. He's a senior this upcoming year at KSU. Went to high school in PA, Central High School to be exact, this past year. Batted .242 with 11 RBIs, 4 doubles, 3 homers, 21 runs, 20 walks in 66 at-bats in 27 games, 20 of which were starts this past year for the Golden Flashes. He looks to get a good hit here against fellow MAC competition on the bump. McCune will shake one, agree with 2. The pitch. Ground ball to the left side of the infield, scooped up. The throw across diamond is in time. Laren finds Sefton for out number 2. And now with 2 away, up steps Sawyer Solitaria.
The third baseman, number 26, Sawyer Solitaria.
Last time we saw Solitaria, he came up in the exact same situation. Top of the first, 2 away. Was down 0-2 in the count. He turned on a fastball and drilled it over the left field fence, giving Force a 1-0 lead early in that game. He would go on to walk later in the game and also run the scoreboard at Westlake High School for a good majority of the game, as he was the designated hitter that night. Today, he will be playing at the hot corner. This time he fouls it over the right field fence. Glad I didn't park my car back there. We'll see this Force team again on Sunday at Brunswick as they take on Premier to close out the regular season. The pitch from McCune just misses inside. It was a good spot for him to try and hit, though, as Solitaria is known to try and pull balls over the left field fence. He likes to make contact on the left side of the field. He will hit an Apotaka, but he prefers the left side. Instead, he smacks it in right field. It has plenty of carry, and it's gone. Solitaria does it again. A solo shot over the right field fence puts Force on the board. The announcer's jinx is real, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking here about him trying to pull one over left field. Nope. Takes it to right center field. Just misses the scoreboard by around 10 feet. It's a yard call for the best hitter in Ignatius history. And just as they were on Saturday, Force leads 1-0 in the top of the first with 2 away. As I like to say, it's Groundhog Day. Now up steps the lefty, Dom Costello, the right fielder, as he looks to continue the offense here with 2 away. Costello, the rising sophomore at Gannon, went to North Olmsted High School, played football and baseball for the Eagles, and also had some accolades such as first team all-conference and district in baseball and this past year hit .227. He was 22 for 97 with 18 RBIs, 4 doubles, 1 homer, 15 runs, 1 stolen bag in 35 games, 32 of which were starts. So as a freshman, getting 32 starts at the college level is nothing shy of impressive. McCune getting back to work, will deal. Gets the outside corner. Make it now a 2-2 count here on the rising sophomore. Carson Herman, the shortstop, awaits in the on-deck circle for the blue and yellow. The pitch misses well outside. That'll make it now a full count, 3-2. McCune just needs to settle into this game. The home run happened. When you're facing a power hitter like Sawyer, there's nothing you can really do. You can't pitch around him. The payoff swung on and missed there by Costello. The second swinging strikeout of the inning recorded by McCune retires aside, but not before Salataria gives his old friend the baseball a ride over the right center field fence. Middle of one in North Canton. Force leads at 1-0, but the Terriers will be at the sticks when we return. Bottom one here in North Canton. Force leads at 1-0 over the Stark County Terriers, courtesy of Sawyer Salataria. Going yard with 2 away. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening as we celebrate 25 years of Stark County Terrier baseball along with Youth Night. And as well, in addition, the third thing we're celebrating today is the General Manager Turbo for all he's done for Stark County baseball these past 25 years. On the mound for Force Ohio is Mitchell Tarnowski as he looks to deal with Williams, Collins, and Simic to begin the home half of the first inning. The pitch. Thought about it. It's in the zone nonetheless. Make it now a 2-1 count. Tarnowski is a rising freshman at Central Michigan. Went to St. Ignatius High School. A lot of Wildcats on this team. I believe 5 to be exact on this Force Ohio roster. At least 3 of them just graduating. Him along with Salataria and the additional hitter and catcher Bartone. But as for Ty Williams, a junior at Mount Vernon Nazareth, went to St. Vincent St. Mary High School. a couple years ago, graduated from there, and so far in his career, played 11 games this past year, batting .223 with 19 RBIs, 5 doubles, 1 home run, and 20 runs. That's in his career and 130 at-bats. So he's had a nice little career in 2 years in college. After that, foul ball will take this time to set the defense for Forest Ohio. Tarnowski on the bump with Fetchik behind the dish. At first is Klotz. At second, Alver. Herman's at short. Solitaria at third. Walker, Freyhoff, and Costello from left to right in the outfield. The pitch. Runs inside. No! They're going to say it clips the inside corner. A nice job there by Tarnowski to paint it for out number one.
For Tarnowski, now batting for the Terriers, the third baseman, number 27, Caleb Collins.
Now Caleb Collins coming up after the leadoff strikeout. Definitely a close one on that inside corner. But that is something that the players are going to need to be aware of going forward, of what is going to be a strike in this game. It might not be a pitch they want to see, but if it's going to be called a strike, they need to put a barrel on it. Tarnowski tries to attack inside once again, but misses. It's a 1-0 count. Collins, a sophomore at Penn West University, California, PA, went to Lake High School. Not a ridiculous far drive from here, but so far in his collegiate career, batting .279 with 19 RBIs, 3 doubles, 3 triples, 1 homer, 27 runs, and 5 stolen bags in 42 games as a freshman, 36 of which were starts. The pitch from Tarnowski, swing and a miss, rises the ladder and gets the chase. John Simek, the designated hitter, awaits in the on-deck circle for the home team. Tarnowski comes set once again, looking for his second straight K. The pitch. Runs inside, doesn't get the same call that he got to end the first at-bat. Now a 3-1 count here. Tarnowski looking to avoid a one-out walk. The windup and now the pitch. Fouled off the right side fence. That will make it now full count 3-2. But as for this Force team, they struggled putting runs on the board, averaging less than 4 runs per game while allowing 4.61 runs per game on average. Now would not be a bad time for them to start putting some things together as they get ready for next year. The payoff pitch is lined down the left side, but foul. Force one of 2 teams ineligible for the playoffs due to having plenty of young players on their roster. Force is one of the 2 teams. I believe the other one is release. The payoff pitch. It's either inside or it hits them. Nonetheless, it grants first base to Collins. Based on the way that he grimaced after being hit, I'm assuming he got hit.
Number 29, John Simonichek.
So now Simek steps up for his first cuts of the ball game. The sophomore at St. Xavier went to Walsh Jesuit High School, batted .311 with 26 RBIs, 8 doubles, 4 triples, 4 home runs, 29 runs, and 1 stolen bag in 33 games, 31 of which were starts this past year as a freshman. Tarnowski sets and delivers. In the zone, nothing on 1 count to begin this at-bat. After Simek, the designated hitter, Nathan Grega, the catcher, would be due up next. Tarnowski will come set once again. Check in the runner and delivers. 2 straight strikes in a row, both of them in a similar spot, has Simek down to his final strike. And if you're the designated hitter here, you need to get something on the ball. The bat has sat on your shoulders the last 2 pitches. If it's close, give it a ride. And give it a ride he does, right over into the shortstop gap. And going on into third base is Collins. There is no contest. His runners at the corners with 1 away, as on the first pitch that he sees that he likes, Simek gives it a ride. And now the opening run for Stark County stands 90 feet away as Nathan Grega, the catcher, steps up for his first cuts. But as I was saying for Simek, he needs to get the bat off his shoulders. 2 good pitches originally. He does it for the third one. The shortstop second base gap just barely snuck it by the shortstop, got it into left center field. It was a good bit of hitting. It moved the runner along an extra base as well. and that makes Grega's job slightly easier. The pitch from Tarnowski. The block there by Fetchik keeps it to his side, but not enough to get the runner going down to second base. So that puts Simek in scoring position. It is pivotal that Grega gets a hold of a baseball here. The rising senior at Mount Union, another player who went to Lake High School, played in 14 games this past year, 9 of which were starts. He batted below 100, but had a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs. The pitch from Tarnowski. That's a get-right pitch for him. That will even it up now at 1-1 on the catcher. Sempton, the first baseman, due up after Grega. Tarnowski will come set once again. Takes a couple seconds and deals. Fouls away to the left side. Grega definitely close to getting a barrel on the ball, but just got a little bit underneath it. It's a 1-2 count here on the rising senior. Just needs to put a ball in play. That is what his team is asking him to do right now. You do not want to leave 2 runners on and leave it for late. A bunch of shakeouts from Tarnowski. He steps off before Grega steps out of the box. Tarnowski will work again, trying to get on the same page with his catcher. The delivery misses outside, low and in the dirt, 2-2. For Forest next inning, Carson Herman, Heath Fetchik, and Caleb Walker will be due up. And now time will be called. Fetchik will go and talk to his pitcher for a second. We will end our coverage of the WRCL regular season on Sunday as Forest Ohio rolls into Brunswick High School to take on Premier Ohio. Premier pretty much has the 2 seed on lock as they will be the only team behind, or the one team closest to Stark County. Most likely it's going to be one of either Premier or Stark County that gets the title in the end. They're the top 2 teams in the league, but anything can happen in the playoffs. All it takes is one team to have 2 or 3 really good games, and they'll be champions. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Rises the ladder once again and gets Grega to chase. 2 outs recorded this inning, both of them coming via the K. And after getting a crucial out, number 2, Luke Sefton steps up for his first cuts. 2 runners in scoring position for the sophomore at Findlay. Played his high school ball down the road at Glen Oak, and this past year batted .282 with 14 RBIs, 4 doubles, 18 runs, and 4 stolen bags in 32 games. Ball pass to the left side of Fetchik. The play at the plate is not in time. It's a tie ball game as Collins reads the down angle. Nice job there by the runner Collins. He got hit by a pitch a little bit ago. He seems to be just fine as he cruised around the base path. It just skipped to the left of Fetchik. He made an effort on it, pushed it, but just got a little bit too far behind him for him to recover. And now the go-ahead run stands 90 feet away. And a good get-right pitch there from Tarnowski as he paints the inside corner once again. The pitch. Fouled away to the left side this time, but still hitting the backstop. Force, after a good start, looking to hold down the fort defensively now and make sure it's still a tie game going into the second inning where they can add on some runs. The pitch. It's a well outside. It skips past Fetchik. It's a closer play. The runner's not going to be sent as he retreats back to third base shrewdly. Fetchik did a nice job there to recover and was also blessed a little bit by the backstop as it gave him a little generous bounce back to him. But Simek did a nice job to pump the brakes and go on back to third base. Rather him do that than get picked off trying to steal home when you still have a batter who can move him along. Tarnowski sets and deals. Runs inside, it gets past Fetchik once again, but the runner's going to stay put. That might have been one he could have taken home. But Tarnowski, he needs to settle down. That is the third pass ball, I believe, of this at-bat alone. Overall, maybe 4 or 5 wild pitches. So now a full count here, 3-2. Josh DiZenzo, the additional hitter, awaits in the on-deck circle. Here comes the payoff pitch. Left side it goes, and just off the glove of the outreach Herman. It's an RBI single for Luke Sempton to make it now a 2-1 ball game.
Now batting the extra hitter, number 17, Josh DeZenzo.
Now Josh DeZenzo steps up after Sempton made it a 2-1 ball game. Herman almost had it outstretched while in the air. Didn't make a diving play for it, but he didn't need to. It just clipped the glove, barely not being caught. But nonetheless, if it's barely not caught or well over his head, the result's still the same as Stark County takes the lead. The pitch from Tarnowski. Nice block there from Fetchik, another one going in the dirt. Tarnowski needs to bring his pitches up a little bit. He's playing with fire, throwing the ball so low. A couple pass balls later, it could result in a runner standing at third or even worse, scoring. Fetchik thought about the back pick but held up in the end as the pitch was outside. Tarnowski started off the inning well, but now a 2-1 count here on DeZenzo. Ty Sowers, the right fielder, awaits in the on-deck circle now for the Terriers. Lined up the middle and snagged over at second base, but no! Alvord couldn't get enough of a glove on it as it just snuck past him. It's another 2-out single for the Terriers.
DeZenzo with a single up the middle. Now batting the right fielder, number 24, Ty Sowers.
It looked like Alvord had a play on the ball, that he had it for a brief moment but just couldn't hang on. It's a single nonetheless. The right fielder Sowers will now be tasked with moving the runners along, with one of them being in scoring position. Now this is the Stark County Terriers that the fans expected to see. First pitch runs well inside but still finds the zone. Nothing at 1 count. Force is going to need to regroup in the top of the second inning if they want to get back into this ball game. Might be a 1-run game, but Stark County definitely coming out stronger. A hardy cut on one of the dirt makes it now a 0-2 count. Sauer now needs to protect with Alex Laird, the shortstop, due up next. Tarnowski has 2 Ks. He's going to go and search for his third. Doesn't earn it on that pitch as Fetchik had to block it once again. If you're Coach Willoughby of the Stark County Terriers, you have to be loving what you're seeing. Tarnowski will come set. The 1-2. Misses well outside. Fetchik has to climb the ladder and get it himself, but that evens it up. You know it's a long inning when the team at bat is having their pitcher pitch in the bullpen to stay warm. McCune is still tossing, just trying to keep his arm warm. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. The third K of the inning from Tarnowski retires the side, but not before Stark County puts 2 runs on the board. End of 1 in North Canton. The Terriers lead it 2-1. We'll return to Canton in a minute. Top of the second inning here in North Canton. The home team enjoying life up 2-1 over Force, Ohio. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. Carson Herman, Heath Fetchick, and Caleb Walker, the three Force will send up to the box this inning to hit. After that pitch misses inside, that will even up the count at 1-1. McCune, 2 Ks so far, the only blemish against him, the 2-out home run by Solitaria. Sky to the right side, the first baseman gets underneath it as Sefton is able to retire the leadoff hitter Herman for out number 1.
Sefton makes the put out. It's 1 out. Now batting the catcher, number 12, Heath Fetchick.
Now Fetchick steps up here for his first cuts. Had a couple nice blocks in the home half of the first inning, but now looks to attack at the sticks. McCune still accustoming himself to life on the bump. Will deal. Misses low. That makes it now a 1-0 count. Fetchick, a rising sophomore at Seton Hill, went to Chardon High School. That's where he played his ball. Was a 3-time state champion for football. First team All-Ohio as well for football. Was a 4-year letter winner for baseball and 3-year letter winner for football. And recorded 1 putout this past season versus Fairmont State. It's in no man's land in right field, and is it caught? Yes, it is. A nice effort by Sowers over in right as he finally is able to track it down for out number 2. It's very rare that a ball hit to the Bermuda Triangle in right center field is caught, but an excellent effort from the right fielder to come in and crash. I believe I was mentioning it in the premier game this past Sunday. There's a couple of Bermuda Triangles where baseballs seemingly fall with ease. Pitcher, catcher, first base. Pitcher, catcher, third base. Third base, shortstop, left field. And then the one where that ball was just hit. First base, second base, and right field. That was in the Bermuda Triangle between them, but somehow in some way Sowers made a play. It was a close play, but it doesn't matter how close or how far away it was. It's still an out. The pitch, swing and a miss, a hefty cut there from Walker. Walker, the rising sophomore at, I believe, Augustana College. Went to Solon, was a 4-year starter for the Comets. Swing and a miss, chases once again. In 2023, he batted .345 with a team-high 29 stolen bags. Was one of the best players to play for the Solon baseball team at the high school level. Solon, coming off a rough year, will look to rebound in 2025 after, I believe, going 3-19 in 2024. Should be an exciting upcoming OHSAA season given the fact that we will now have 7 divisions, but we still haven't had official confirmation of who will be in what division. That should be coming hopefully in the next month as teams will pick out where they want to play next year, as 7 teams will be crowned champions come June. The pitch from McCune. Popped up to the right side, but well out of play. For Stark County in the home half of the inning, Alex Laird, Nolan Kelliker, and Braden Broom due up. McCune is looking to retire the side and get his third strikeout of the game. Hit to the right side once again in the Bermuda Triangle between first, second, and right field. This time around it drops. And as you can see, that's why it's called that Bermuda Triangle. The ball just gets down somehow in some way between 3 players all running at different angles. They each have a good route to the ball. It's just the way it's hit, it's going to fall before they can reach it. Bartone, the additional hitter, awaits in the on-deck circle if Walker is able to win the at-bat. It's a 2-2 count here on the left fielder. McCune looking to get out of the inning. 1-2-3. The pitch. Off the bat awkwardly to the right side and caught by McCune. It's a pitcher fielding play to retire the side. Force goes in order. Middle of 2 at Walsh University. Stark County leads it 2-1, and they'll be at the sticks when we return. The 8, 9, and 10 hitters do appear in the home half of the second inning for the Stark County Terriers as they look to add on to their 2-1 lead here at Walsh University. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening if you are just tuning in. Tarnowski's first pitch of the inning misses up. It's a 1-0 count to begin the at-bat on the shortstop Laird, who already has one put out to his name thus far in this game. The rising sophomore at Bowling Green State University looks to end what has been an already impressive summer league. Went to Glen Oak High School just down the road, and this past year had one hit against Ball State before suffering a season-ending injury 4 games in, 3 of which were starts. So you'd have to believe if he wasn't injured, he would have been a big part of Bowling Green's plans. And if it wasn't for Oral Hershiser, that program would have ceased to exist during COVID. He is one of the main reasons, if not the solo main reason, why Bowling Green still has a program. A nice story ran about it a couple weeks ago, I believe by Fox, if I'm not mistaken. But Hershiser rallied some alum to save the Bowling Green baseball program, and now they're still competing at a high level. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Laird chases outside. 4th K of the game recorded by Tarnowski. All 4 putouts recorded by Force have come via the K.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 23, Nolan Kelleher.
And now here comes Nolan Kelleher, the lefty, stepping up for his first cuts of the ball game. Kelleher, a rising junior at BW, played his high school ball at Dover, so maybe about a half an hour south of here. Played 4 years of baseball, earned 2 varsity letters, earned first team All-Eastern District honors, first team All-Eastern Central Ohio League honors, also played 4 years of golf, earned 2 varsity letters in that sport, played 4 years of basketball, and was an honor roll student. And this past year at BW made 4 appearances, 4.1 innings pitched with a 4.15 ERA as he struck out 3 batters. He looks to have a big junior year upcoming in Berea. The pitch from Tarnowski. He tried getting out of the way of it, but there's a chance that he chased. Did he go? No. Almost had one of the most unfortunate strikes that we would possibly see today. But nonetheless, somehow in some way didn't break the plane. The pitch from Tarnowski misses well outside, and for his efforts, he earns a walk.
Kelleher draws a 1-out walk.
Now up steps Braden Broom, the second baseman.
The second baseman, number 10, get the broom out, Braden Broom.
From one junior at BW to another, Broom played his high school ball at Glen Oak, and this past year played in 5 games, batting .250 or 1 for 4. So he looks as well to get an increased role this upcoming year as BW looks to continue rising up the Division III ladder. They made it far in the 2022 or 2023 College World Series, where I believe John Hopkins knocked them out. They have a couple new talents coming in, such as Padua catcher Yuri Belina, who we have a chance of seeing next week in the Diamond League Championship games. But a lot of good talent coming to Baldwin-Wallace University these next couple of years. It'll be fun to see how they stack up against the rest of the OAC. The pitch. Center field that goes on a line. Getting underneath it for Force Ohio is Freyhoff. He grabs it for out number 2.
Out to center field for the out.
And now with 2 away, we go back to the top of the lineup, and Ty Williams, who struck out looking his first time up. Ty Williams played for the Fighting Irish at St. V's, like I mentioned earlier, has 130 career at-bats in college, batting .223 with 19 RBIs, 5 doubles, and 1 home run. All Summer League is about is getting ready. The throwback goes well wide of the first baseman, and going on into second base is Kelleher. He's going to round and turn to go to 3. There is no contest at third base. Solitaria just has to block it to make sure a runner at first doesn't score. Probably the earliest we've seen a pickoff move attempted. Usually we don't see it till the 4th or 5th inning. Unfortunately for Tarnowski, he just pulled it well wide of the bag as Klotz had no play on the ball. So from what appeared to be a throwaway at bat to now one that if it's a single scores a run. It's going to be the little things that is going to make a difference in this ball game. That's a little thing. It can make a big difference and make it a 3-1 ball game. It will make it a 3-1 ball game as the ball sneaks past the catcher once again. Fetchick did not have a play on it. It ran well inside Williams, and nonetheless, Caliker 2 pitches ago stood at first base. Now he goes back to the dugout to celebrate, making it a 3-1 ball game. Life has moved at force quickly here in the home half of the second. The pitch from Tarnowski. Ground ball hit weakly to the right side. Albert scoops. Underhand toss is in time to Klotz to retire the side, but not before Stark County puts 1 run on the board. End of 2 innings here at Walsh University. The Terriers lead it 3-1. Eight, 9, and 10 hitters due up here in the top of the third for the visitors as Force looks to make up the 2 runs they trail by to the Stark County Terriers. We've had a fun night thus far. 1 home run, 4 runs combined. What else does this game have in store for us? As well, if you missed it pregame, the Stark County Terriers celebrated their 25th anniversary as a program along with Youth Night and the cherry on top, honoring GM Greg Turbovich for all he has done for Stark County baseball across the last 25 years and beyond. He was presented a beautiful custom jersey by Coach Willoughby and his staff. Just a great ceremony pregame. Chop weakly to the right side, and it just gets through the legs of the first baseman, Sefton. I don't know if he got a piece. You can call it a base hit if you want, but nonetheless, Bartone is on.
E3 on the play, now batting the DH, number 13, Matthew Sertanak.
After the E3, Sertanak, the designated hitter, steps up for his first cuts. A rare error there from Stark County. They just need to make sure they don't compound it. McCune takes an extra second to come set as he delivers. First pitch strike, so 0-1 count on Sertanak. The rising sophomore at ONU went to Walsh Jesuit High School in this past year, made 13 appearances at ONU in baseball, and 1 appearance as a punter. Yes, he had 1 punt for 39 yards. It was a touchback in the 2023 win over Otterbein, 49-6. And another error made. McCune can't get a piece of it as it's a weak infield single for Sertanak. It's a broken bat single as there it is. There's a couple shards of the bat being taken off by the on deck and in the hole batters. So now Trent Elverd, the second baseman, steps up with 2 on and none away. Stark County feels that they should have 2 outs right now and no one on. Life moved quickly for Force last inning, and now it's moving quickly for Stark County. But Alvor, the rising freshman at Mount Union, went to Nordonia High School, batted .303 with 9 RBIs, 2 doubles, 25 runs, and 12 stolen bags, which was enough to lead his team in 2024. Nordonia may be a half hour, 45 minutes away from where we are here at Walsh University. The pitch from McCune. Oliver thought about it, but still in the zone, just clips the inside corner as a lot of generous calls have been given on the inside of the plate today. McCune gets the call from Grega. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Alvord cuts through but can make no contact. Now it's a 1-2 count. Last time we saw Alvord play, he was able to make it on to first base with a 2 RBI single, but his future Mount Union teammate threw him out trying to steal second base. That'll be something to talk about once baseball gets underway in Alliance. After Alvord, Kyan Freyhoff, the center fielder, will be due up next for the visitors. Alvord has an opportunity to do some damage for force and help them get at least one of the 2 runs they trail by back. Instead, he strikes out looking as McCune paints the corner. That will be his 3rd K as it earns the first out of the inning for Stark County.
Number 1, now the top of the order, the center fielder, number 11, Kyan Freyhoff.
And now Kyan Freyhoff, the rising freshman at BW, also played on that Nordonia baseball team, was elected to the first team All-Suburban League this past year while batting .385 with a .422 on-base percentage. Weak single to the left side. Step on the bag at 3 for 1. It's in time. A high IQ play made by Collins for out number 2. He did a nice job there to recognize that there was a force play behind him, as from what it looked like, it was going to be an infield single, but instead it becomes a fielder's choice, and more importantly, no runner will stand at third base. It's a simple but necessary play that needed to be made, and it was made by the third baseman Collins. And now with 2 away, the number 2 hitter, Hunter Klotz, steps in for his second cuts, grounds it out to shortstop his first time up. And in the on-deck circle is Sawyer Solitaria. Stark County would like to get out of this inning unscathed before they let the big man back in the box. McCune will come set and deliver. Misses outside. McCune has thrown a nice game so far today, only allowing a couple of hits, one of them being a broken bat single from Serdenak and the other being the home run from Solitaria. But nonetheless, 2 runners on behind him with 2 away, so the job's not completely done here in the 3rd. The pitch. Swing and a miss goes low as Klotz tries to catch up. Now 1-2 count here on the first baseman. Solitaria would love an opportunity with the bases loaded to step in the box. For Stark County in the next inning, Collins, Simic, and Grega will be due up. The 1-2 misses well outside, so that will even it up 2-2. Not a bad move there from McCune, trying to get Klotz to chase well outside. Maybe you bring that pitch in just a little bit more, and it's a more enticing pitch to offer at. But McCune will get back to work once again, looking for what would be his 4th K of the ballgame, and he gets it. Klotz chases and cuts through. Combined 8 Ks between the 2 starting pitchers as we go into the home half of the 3rd inning, with Stark County leading it 3-1. Bottom of the third inning here at Walsh University as Stark County leads at 3-1 over Force, Ohio. If you are just tuning in to our broadcast today, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening in North Canton, Ohio at Beery Stadium, a beautiful facility for the D2 outfit of the Walsh Cavaliers. 2022 conference champs, they're looking to have a big year upcoming. Colin Simic and Grega due up for the home team as they look to break down Tarnowski, who has recorded 4 Ks thus far, but allowed 3 runs. You could make an argument that one of them's unearned given how the runner got into scoring position, but nonetheless, I believe all 3 are earned. But this is the baseball that Stark County likes to play. A team can get an early lead on them, but in the end, they suffocate the lead. They take a lead of their own early, and they never look back. That is the brand of baseball that has made this organization so tough to beat, and is the reason why they're 18-3. The only blemish is coming against the T3 Warhawks, Force, Ohio, and I believe Premier. Skied into right center field. Alvord getting underneath it, calls off his right fielder as he snags it for out number 1. Nice job there by the future Purple Raider to get underneath it, and now John Simic, the designated hitter, steps up for his second cuts. So far today, 1 for 1 with a single all the way back in the first inning off of Tarnowski. The pitch. Runs inside, but still definitely a strike. Nothing in 1 count to begin this at-bat on the designated hitter. Tarnowski wastes no time and deals that one a little bit further inside. Doesn't move the grain. That evens it up at 1-1. Deep breath from Tarnowski and the pitch. Right down the pipe, makes it now a 1-2 count on the designated hitter with the catcher Nathan Grega awaiting in the on-deck circle. Tarnowski nods and delivers. Right field foul. Hit off the bat a little awkwardly, but still had a little zip to it. But it will remain a 1-2 count. As for Tarnowski, this will probably be his second to last inning, as we might have some action upcoming in the bullpen for Force. Right field foul once again, a little bit further to the right and a little further back. Same result as it drops. Simic trying to hit an Alpo Taco, just trying to find some green grass out there. It's not a bad idea, as the right fielder will most likely play a little bit further back now, as he's going to stand maybe 5 feet in front of the shadow of the tree. Still plenty of room, especially in right center field, for some damage to be done. Tarnowski deals, misses upstairs, evens it up at 2-2. A good idea there after the last 2 were swung at and fouled away. Why not try to get him to chase? But with a 2-2 count, Tarnowski will look for his 5th K. Doesn't get it, runs too far inside as it skims the dirt. Make it now a full count, 3-2. It's been a good battle, a quality at-bat for Simic. Will he get the upper hand on Tarnowski? The payoff pitch. Yes, he will. From 1-2, 2 foul balls to a walk. An excellent at-bat there from the designated hitter as he trusts the first base, which brings up Nathan Grega, the catcher.
Number 5, Nathan Grega.
Grega, his first time out, struck out swinging. He'll look to make amends here and get on base, or at least move the runner along with 1 away. Tarnowski shakes off 2, agrees with the third call from his catcher. The pitch. Left field awkwardly, it might drop, it's shallow, and it does! A nice bit of hitting there from Grega as he finds some green grass in front of the left fielder Walker for a 1-out base hit.
Now batting the first baseman, number 9, Luke Sefton.
So now Sefton, the first baseman, steps up for his second cuts, had an RBI single his first time up, and we will have a courtesy runner here as Ray Bonifay, the sophomore at Malone University, will run for the catcher Grega. Bonifay, the rising sophomore at Malone, as I just mentioned, went to Indian Valley High School, played 7 games defensively, plus had 2 at-bats in 2024 for Malone. The pitch. Missing outside is Tarnowski. It's a 1-0 count. Stark County can really blow this game open with a base hit here. They can make it 4 or 5-1. Realistically, if they can get to 6 or 7 runs, that should be plenty to beat this Force team. But with Sawyer Salataria due to hit when we get to the top of the 4th, anything still can happen. Tarnowski will come set. Checks over the back shoulder. Shortstop trying to cover. The pitch from Tarnowski. Runs a little bit low. But nonetheless, Simek trying to get a lead over at second base, but still has Herman trying to greet him with a back pick. But I would not be surprised to see Tarnowski shake off any swaying from the shortstop. Nice job from Tarnowski to get a get-right pitch and paint the corner. But Sempton, the sophomore at Findlay, looking to get a little poke just 5 minutes away from where he played his high school ball at. The delivery. Finds the low part of the zone. Looked plenty low from here, but just brought up a little bit. Maybe that's a benefit of the frame from Fetchik. Tarnowski shakes 1, agrees 2. The delivery. Misses well outside. That will load the bases. The second walk in 3 batters surrendered by Tarnowski. And now Josh DiZenzo, the additional hitter, steps up for his second cuts. DiZenzo went to Washington and Jefferson College, or goes there currently as a junior. Went to Marlington High School, batted .455 with 22 RBIs, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 6 homers, 6 runs, 3 stolen bags this past year, and career is batting .415 with 33 RBIs, 13 doubles, 1 triple, 8 homers, 30 runs, 6 stolen bags, and a total of 123 at-bats across 40 games played, 33 of which were starts. So just impressive numbers from him in college in 2 seasons, as he will be a junior this upcoming year. And with the bases loaded, he has the home run power. There's no better time to go yard as it would be a grand salami. If he's able to go yard, it would be a 7-1 ball game. The pitch from Tarnowski. Hit to the right side and foul. Maybe a conservative swing, but still in the back of his mind had home run on it. So now 0-1 count. The pitch from Tarnowski. Hitting a similar spot. Based off the way he's hitting it, he might be getting just a little bit too far underneath it. It's a 0-2 count. If he can get the barrel to the ball, it's going to go in that right center field gap. That is where he appears to be aiming for. But with an 0-2 count and 1 away, it would be a big out for Force to get. They don't get it quite yet, as it's popped up in no man's land and will be caught in center field. The runner will tag. The play at the plate is not in time. It's a sacrifice fly from Josh DiZenzo, which scores Simek to make it now a 4-1 Stark County lead.
Gets the sacrifice fly for a run.
Nice bit of hitting. It went a little bit to the left in center field. It was shallow, but Simek did a nice job to immediately leave the bag, but make sure he tagged up. It was just a perfectly executed play on the base path from Simek to make it now a 4-1 ball game. And now up steps Sowers, the right fielder. Struck out swinging his first time up, but looks for redemption with 2 runners on it and still 2 away. After Sowers, Alex Lear, the shortstop, would be due up next for Stark County. The pitch. Blocked by Sardanak. It goes to his left. The play at 3 is wide of Salataria. And the wild throw will result in another run for Stark County. Fetchik almost had a play at third. It went off Salataria's glove. And that now makes it a 4-run ball game. This time around, Grega scores, or correction, the pinch runner for Grega, which would be Boniface scores. Force was very close to getting out of the inning, maybe a couple seconds on the throw from center field, but now it's a 5-1 ball game as the Terriers are looking for more runs. It is launched into left field. Walker gets underneath it, maybe around 30 feet away from the left field wall as he gets underneath it, catching it, retiring the side. But not before Stark County scores 2 runs, end of 3 in North Canton. Stark County leads it 5-1.
Correction.
Top of the 4th inning here at Walsh University. Sawyer Salataria, Dom Costello, and Karsten Herman due up 4-4. The first pitch of the inning goes at Salataria's head. He ducks out of the way. It's a 1-0 count. Salataria, in his first and only at-bat of the game, went yard over the right center field fence. He looks to replicate it, but gets 2 inside pitches, head level to greet him. It's a 2-0 count. Salataria has caught fire down the stretch in the Summer League. Maybe now 5 or 6 home runs to his name. Now a 2-1 count as McCune is able to paint the corner. Combined between the 2 starting pitchers, 8 Ks recorded. McCune's 2-1 is fouled away to the backstop. Costello awaits in the on-deck circles. He tosses the ball back to the umpire. But Salataria, after a hit earlier in this season, I believe at the end of the regular season, became the all-time hit leader at Ignatius. Now a 3-2 count on him. Going back to the playoffs, hit a 2-run homer in the top of the 7th inning in the 6-3 win over Westlake. And the man that he actually displaced for the most hits in a career at Ignatius, a former MLB player in Derek Dietrich. That payoff pitch misses outside, so it's a leadoff walk for Salataria.
Now stepping in, the right fielder, number 2, Dom Costello.
Now Dom Costello, the right fielder, steps up for his second at-bat of the ball game. Struck out swinging his first attempt. McCune will come set and deliver. Swing and a miss, goes low, and gets him to chase. It's a 0-1 count. Force still looking for some sort of offensive spark. The only run they have scored coming courtesy of the man on first base. And even so, it came courtesy of a home run. So really, they've had no offense besides the one long shot. They've had 1 base hit, 1 runner in scoring position. They just need something to get them on the right track, and they need it soon here as we're already in the top of the 4th. Sky to the left side, and I believe it's going to fall out of play. Force has some action in the bullpen as it appears the rising sophomore at EMU, Jack Topolsky, warming up. McCune looking for his 5th K of the ball game. Still has Salataria at first base to deal with. Wouldn't be surprised if he just stays put and doesn't attempt to steal. The nod and the pitch from McCune. Swing and a miss. Climbs the ladder once again and earns his 5th K for out number 1.
Strikeout for out number 1.
And now with 1 away, up steps Carson Herman, the shortstop.
The shortstop, number 7, Carson.
His first time up, he popped out over to first base when Sefton got underneath it and was able to snag it. With 1 away, Force needs to get the offense ramped up now. The pitch, Solitaria breaks, the throw from Grega. Not in time, it just sneaks past the second baseman covering. Brew made an attempt but couldn't sweep it up. Kind of surprised to see Solitaria take off, but in the end, he's awarded second base and now stands in scoring position. He had to make something happen for his team. He realized that and took matters into his own hands. I mean, you really can't fault him. There's been no other offense. If he was thrown out, it wouldn't really hurt this Force team. Now they have a chance to put a run on the board. They need to get 1 or 2 runs back in these next couple of innings. If not, Stark County will do what Premier did and put a bunch of runs on the board late and potentially get out of here early with a big win. McCune will come set once again, keeping a closer eye now on Solitaria. He deals. Popped up to the right side. It's a little bit further back in right field this time around. Sowers gets underneath it. Solitaria will tag. The throw from right field. It has a chance, but not a good chance as it goes just wide to the right. It looked good out of the hand, but Solitaria tags up on the fly out to now put him 90 feet away from scoring with 2 away. And now up steps Heath Fetchick. Fetchick flew out to right field his first time up. Solitaria awaits 90 feet away. Grega behind the dish needs to be a brick wall. If anything gets past him, Solitaria will attempt. They need to get a run, and he knows that. So if there's any pass ball, even if it's close, I would not be surprised to see the former Wildcat make a mad dash for home and attempt to make something happen for his team once again. The pitch. Goes low in the zone and gets the call. Low and inside, those have been the 2 parts of the zone that have been given the love by the umpire behind the dish today. Caleb Walker, the left fielder, awaits in the on-deck circle for Force. The pitch. Runs inside. Goes low and then inside. Nice job by McCune to know where the calls are going to come from. I said it earlier, I believe, for a Simex hit, he needs to get the bat off his shoulders. He does and lines it to right field and out of play. There's only so much a batter can do looking at 2 pitches and then having to defend on an 0-2 count. You need to be aggressive early in the at-bat and try to make something happen. If it's 2 relatively, quote-unquote, bad calls, that's one thing. But if it's 2 pitches that are hittable, you have to try and put something in play. The pitch from McCune pops up to the right side. It could fall in no man's land. Instead, Sowers gets underneath it and retires Fetchick and the side alike. Halfway through the ball game here at Walsh University, Stark County still leads it 5-1. Laird, Kelliker, and Broom do up in the home half of the fourth inning for the Stark County Terriers, who lead it 5-1 over Force, Ohio. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. New pitcher on the bump for Force, Ohio, the rising sophomore at Eastern Michigan University, Jack Topolsky, coming on to pitch. His first is inside, but still a strike. 2 strikes in a row now as he gets Laird to chase. It's an 0-2 count. Topolsky went to Holy Name High School and in his senior year batted .338 with 16 RBIs, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 13 runs, and 2 stolen bags. The 0-2 from Topolsky. Curveball runs outside, just barely misses the corner. A good miss from the former namer. Topolsky shakes one, agrees 2. The 1-2 delivery. Misses well outside. That will even it up at 2-2. A lot of Eastern Michigan baseball players in the Western Reserve Collegiate League. The culture being built over in Michigan is getting a lot of top talents to go there. The 2-2 swing and a miss. A nasty curve from Topolsky strikes out the first batter he sees. It's 1 up, 1 down.
Topolsky gets the swing, strikeout for number 1, out number 1. Now batting the left fielder, number 23, Nolan Kelliker.
Now Nolan Kelliker steps up with 1 away. Topolsky, going back to his senior year, struggled on the mound, but was dealing with an undisclosed arm injury, took care of it, and now in the summer has gotten back to his best baseball, starting to become the player that had him as the ace for a couple years in Parma Heights, which also led to him pitching in a playoff game as a sophomore, but really as a freshman, given his freshman year was canceled due to COVID. Came in for the now Heidelberg pitcher Jackson Powers. Topolsky started that game behind the dish and then transitioned into pitching. I believe that made the way for Colin Russ to go in and catch that game. He, I believe, is also playing college ball, or at least was at Tri-C. But as for Kelliker, walked his first time up, still looking to be Stark County's first base runner of the inning. Nice pitch there from Topolsky. He has come out after a light warm-up in right field dealing. And it's all, he's not taking much time in between each pitch. He deals. Curveball misses out, and it's a walk for Kelliker. He draws his second in a row of the game. But Topolsky on the mound, he shakes off or agrees to the pitch, comes set, and immediately delivers. He doesn't waste time. He doesn't try the mind games. He knows he is just trying to perfect his craft, and that's what a lot of these pitchers are doing. You either see a pitcher who's going to kind of quote-unquote quick pitch, or one who's going to stand on the mound for a good 5 seconds before delivering a pitch. There's really no in-between in the Western Reserve Collegiate League. The pitch from Topolsky misses outside. It's a 1-0 count. In warm-ups, he stumbled on the mound a little bit. He just needs to get his footing right on the delivery. That would pay dividends for him. The throwback is not in time. But if he can get his footing right, especially as he releases, he needs to be careful with the back foot. That's the one that causes him to stumble. If he can plant it properly on the release, it should be a strike. Definitely close to it as his footing got a little bit better. It got a little bit closer to the zone. Stark County has no action in their bullpen as of yet, so they might be letting their starter McCune continue to deal. Usually you switch pitchers at this point in the game in this league, but today's a special day. They want to get the big win, and they want to make sure they don't give up a couple runs. I would not mind them keeping in McCune. And as well, it's not like the playoffs are going to start on Monday where it's a short turnaround for him. You have a couple games left. You can rest him for a week, and if you want to throw him game 1 of the playoffs, you do. If not, you wait for him to pitch in the championship game. There's plenty of talent on the Stark County team, especially in the pitching department, that can help them in the playoffs. The winner of this league might be decided based off of pitching. If you see a Force versus Premier game, it's probably going to be the number 2s of both teams. But those number 2s could be number 1s on most teams. A nice block there from Fetchick. But nonetheless, Topolsky, after coming out strong, has struggled to finally settle in. He began on top, but now with a K here would pretty much be settled into the game and would get a big out number 2. The payoff pitch, runner goes, fouled into the backstop. A dangerous game to play, sending the runner out of 3-2 with one away. Ty Williams awaits in the on-deck circle for Stark County, looking to have two runners on to work with. Topolsky sets and throws back, not in time. Topolsky definitely more aggressive than the starter Tarnowski was when it comes to throwbacks to first. The payoff runner goes once again. Curveball's in. The throwdown is not in time. They get the out at home via the strikeout, but not the throwdown. Nonetheless, two away, and they were so close to getting a double play.
Now batting for the Terriers. The top of the order.
But a nice curveball nonetheless there from Topolsky. Had it break at the right point in the zone. An excellent chuck nonetheless from Fetchik. Maybe if you take a closer look, there's a chance that Kelleker's helmet was tagged. But nonetheless, he now stands over in scoring position for the leadoff hitter Williams to work with. Another nice breaking ball dips into the zone. It's a 0-1 count to begin this at bat on Williams, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout looking and a ground out to second base to his name. The pitch from Topolsky. And appears we as well have a pinch hitter or a new hitter in here. Charles Robert, the sophomore at Malone University, steps in. This is the time it appears we will see some rotation in the lineup. Don't know how many guys will be taken out given the scoreline, but if Stark County could put a couple more runs on the board, then maybe that's when you see a couple more guys taken out. The first change is made in center field. I would assume it would be a complete change that Williams will not re-enter, but you never know. But Roberts played his high school ball at Louisville this past year, started in 32 games out of the 38 he played in, and batted .206 with 8 RBIs, 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 9 runs. For Forsh in the top of the 5th, Walker, Bartone, and Serdernak will be due up. The pitch from Topolsky. Hit to the backstop, foul. The Walsh University grounds crew will benefit from that foul ball as it knocks off a couple leaves that were stuck to the fence. Topolsky, wasting absolutely no time, will deal. Attacks the corner but doesn't get it. But there it is, the quick pitch there from Jack Topolsky. He attempted to catch Roberts off guard but just couldn't in the end. The rising sophomore will get back to work once again, looking for out number 3. It skips to the left of Fetchik. Almost hit by the bat toss there. Fakes the back throw, but nonetheless, it puts runners at the corners after the walk with 2 away.
The third baseman, number 27, Caleb Collins.
And now Caleb Collins, the third baseman, steps up for his third cuts of the game. So far today, 0 for 1 after being hit by a pitch his first at-bat and popping out to second base his second at-bat. Topolsky sets and delivers. Runs low, so it will be a 1-0 count. Stark would really be kicking themselves if they do not put a run on the board this inning, given the runner standing at third base that has been there for a while. Nice breaking ball there from Topolsky. That has been by far his best pitch of the afternoon. The inside curveball, it breaks at the right point. It dips into the zone. It stays inside and drops inside. That's exactly what it needs to do. And on that attempt, he goes for more the outside corner to a similar effect. If I am Fetchik, I'm calling curveball. And if I'm Collins, I am sitting curveball. The pitch. It is curved. It's skied into center field. Freyhoff gets underneath it and snags it to retire the side. 2 runners get on, but no damage done. End of 4 at Walsh University. Stark County still leads it 5-1. Coach Willoughby is going to ride with his starter, Brendan McCune, as he stays in for the 5th inning to take on Caleb Walker, Neil Bartone, and Matthew Serdenak. The three due up for fourth as they trail 5-1. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon on one of our 3 WRCL games of the week. We'll have 2 more games to close out the regular season on Sunday as we see this Force team take on Premier. But first things first, we get through this ball game. It has been a great night for Stark County. As I mentioned a couple of times, they're celebrating their 25th anniversary as a ball club along with Youth Night, and the cherry on top, they honored longtime GM Greg Turbovich, one of the founding members of the Stark County Terriers, by presenting him a custom jersey as he threw out the ceremonial first pitch to his daughter. A definite special day here in North Canton at the field where Stark County baseball got its start. Ground ball hit weakly to the left side is going to be a tough play. Collins throws across, and it's in time.
5-3 on the play for number 1.
Excellent throw across the diamond there from the third baseman, Collins. He had to charge it to get it, but in the end, it works. 1 up, 1 down. And now Neil Bartone steps up for what will be his second cuts of the game. Reached on an error his first time up as he split the legs of the first baseman, Sempton. The pitch from McCune. Goes upstairs, just misses. It's a 1-0 count. Bartone, one of the Ignatius grads on this team, 1 of 5. Second pitch of the at-bat misses low. And after Bartone, Serdenak is due up next. The pitch, left field. It's going to get past the left fielder. It drops in for at least a single. Bartone is going to go to 2. The play is not in time. It's a standing double with 1 away for Neil Bartone. That might be the offensive spark Force was looking for. Nice bit of hitting there from the former Wildcat. Ripped it into left field. There was no chance that Kelliker could get to that ball based on where he was playing. He's still going to stand well off the line in left field. Maybe he moves over a little bit later, but nonetheless, McCune gives up the double and will have to work from behind a little bit. It's going to be tougher for Stark County to get out of this inning, but not impossible by any means. Serdenak had a single his first time up. If he can replicate the single, there's a good chance that Stark County's lead would be cut to 3. McCune will come set and deliver. It goes to the right side and bobbled over at first base. It's going to be a tough play, and it's made on the dive. An excellent effort by Sempton to recover after the bobble to get a necessary out number 2. Made it a little more difficult than he needed to on the bobble, but nonetheless, to show the composure he did and the effort he showed by diving, nothing shy of impressive. So now, 90 feet away from scoring is Bartone with Alvord now in the box. If Alvord can hit a single here, that would make it a 3-run ball game. As for Stark County, they're 1 out away from getting out of the inning unscathed. Once again, the only damage done to date, the home run back in the first by Solitaria. Hefty cut there from Alvord, trying to get plenty of barrel on the ball, but made no contact in the end. Doesn't need a power swing. He just needs a contact hit. Thought about it, but held up in the end. Almost surprising not to get the inside called there. It looked half decent. Definitely in most zones not a strike, but given today, that inside corner more than likely going to be favored. But instead of a 1-2, it's a 2-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Another hefty cut. You can see based on where Albert's feet are landing, he's going for a power swing. He just needs to make contact. Let the barrel do the work. Don't swing out of your shoes. Hit the ball on the ground and sneak it through the infield and get a hit. If he can get it up the gut between second and short, he is going to score the run. That is his only job right now, not to go yard. Popped up in the infield. It's going shallow onto the grass. Sempton gets underneath it and retires aside. No damage done by Force. We go to the home half of the 5th with Stark County up 5-1. Simek, Grega, and Sempton due up in the home half of the fifth for Stark County as they lead it 5-1 over Force, Ohio, as we celebrate 25 years of Stark County Terrier baseball tonight at Walsh University. It's a first pitch strike from Topolsky on the curveball. Does he go to his bread and butter once again? Yes, he does. That time doesn't get the success he has seen as it just breaks a little bit too far out into the other batter's box, making it now a 1-1 count here on the leadoff hitter, Simek. This time around, the fastball grounded makes it a 2-1 count. Simek so far today, 1 for 1, has reached twice as he has had a single and a walk, which he recorded in his last at-bat. The curveball is nasty from Topolsky once again, evens it up at 2-2. If I was a betting man, curveball outside would be the pitch I'm betting on. The 2-2. Instead, it's a heater inside. That is why you don't bet, ladies and gentlemen. Nonetheless, a full count here. Topolsky wastes no time and delivers the payoff pitch. Skips behind Fetchik. It's a leadoff walk for Simek, who has recorded 2 walks and a base hit. Good patience shown by him in the box there. Wasn't going to chase, was patient. There's a difference between being patient and leaving the bat on your shoulders. That was being patient in the box, and it paid off. And now here comes the lefty, Grega, looking for some revenge. As so far today, 1 for 2, struck out his first time up, had a base hit his last time up, but wants a power swing and wants to do some damage. First pitch just misses outside. It's a 1-0 count, but an enticing pitch nonetheless. There's some more action in the Force bullpen on the far side. I believe that is Travis Ferguson, the rising freshman at John Carroll. He is warming up for Force. Depends how Topolsky does this inning. I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish out this inning. Keep in mind, they still have a doubleheader on Sunday. They want to keep him fresh for the final 2 games of their season. Ground ball hit foul to the right side. The WRCL playoffs upcoming on July 20th and 21st. It should be 2 days of a lot of good baseball, and a champion will be crowned. The home team today, Stark County, looking to repeat as champions and make their way back to the World Series and make it a little bit further than they did last year. They have their eyes set on a title. Not only the WRCL, but in the World Series. Before then as well, we have a couple more games in the Diamond League and OPL, the Diamond League Championships on Tuesday evening, starting at 6 o'clock at Lakewood High School, and then 6 o'clock on Wednesday. The OPL Championships begin with the 16U division. Grega cuts on one and misses. That will be now the 3rd K of the game, recorded by Topolsky, as is enough to get out number 1. After Grega was retired via the K, now Sempton steps up for his 3rd cuts of the game, 1 for 1 with an RBI single and a walk to his name thus far. But Topolsky has really done a nice job with that breaking ball. It's the reason why he has 3 Ks. He has become more of a contact pitcher as his career has gone on. But today, the curveball on point, it's breaking at the right points. If he can return to Michigan next year pitching like this, he has a good chance to move up in the rotation and even be one of the main starters for the MAC outfit. But nonetheless, as I mentioned, a lot of talent in this league plays at EMU. The pitch. Nice pitch there from Topolsky. Runs it inside, but not inside enough to be a ball. Wouldn't be surprised to see him attack a similar spot. I feel like it's going to be low, inside or out. Goes inside on the curve. It breaks, but fouled away. That's what he wants his curveball to do. You can do that low, but that same pitch high, that's one that can be turned on, especially given the batter you're facing. If he's not careful, it could be roped into right field by Sempton if it hangs just a little bit. So going low with the curveball as it breaks towards the batter, I agree with that pitch call. It's a good pitch to throw. And given the matchup, a righty versus lefty, the curveball or any breaking ball is going to attack the batter. It's going to go from out to in. Topolsky definitely knows that, needs to be aware of that. That's why Topolsky, the curveball has been more potent against the righty. As the righty, it breaks away from them. The pitch. Chop to the left side and just skips through for a base hit. The effort over at short, not enough to keep it in the infield. Now 2 on with 1 away for Stark County.
Single to the left side. That brings up
Herman almost had a play on it, but just couldn't snag it. And now this will bring up a new hitter for Stark County. That will be Caden Mastery, the rising junior at Ashland. So Mastery will come in the game as the additional hitter instead of Josh DiZenzo. Topolsky comes set. Herman runs back the pitch. Herman had the right idea. Topolsky didn't see it. All he had to do was turn, and the runner at second base was a dead duck. But an excellent move by Herman. He saw the opportunity. He was in the right spot at the right time, but just couldn't get on the same page with his pitcher. Hefty cut there from Mastery, just couldn't connect with it. These batters are swinging for power, which I appreciate at the college level, but sometimes you need to know situational baseball and just put the ball in play. You move the runners along. That base hit we just saw from Sefton was a beautiful example of it. He didn't make a crazy, heavy swing, made a contact swing. He chopped it to the left side, it snuck through for a base hit. It moved the runners along. He wasn't swinging for the fences, resulting in a pop-out, or even worse, a double play. He attempted to make a play happen, and he did. If each player can do that, then the carousel on the bases will happen naturally. The pitch from Topolsky. Runs low, another block from Fetchick. His pitching staff definitely owes him a steak dinner after all the blocks he's had to make today. Topolsky in search of his 4th K on the afternoon. The pitch. Swing and a miss. A hefty cut on one outside rewards Topolsky with his 4th K of the game and out number 2. And now with 2 away, up steps another new hitter. This is Rafe Bonifay. So Coach Willoughby opting for a bunch of changes here in the home half of the 5th as Bonifay steps up. He ran earlier in the game as a courtesy for Grega, so he can re-enter the ball game. The rising sophomore at Malone went to Indian Valley High School and played in 7 games defensively and had 2 at-bats this past season. We will get back to our regularly scheduled programming with Alex Laird in the on-deck circle. Another block once again behind the dish from Fetchick. That has to be in double figures now for blocks. We will finish our WRCL games of the week in the regular season on Sunday at Brunswick High School as Forest will roll on into town to take on Premier Ohio. Premier, the division winners of the West, will look to get 1 or 2 last victories going into the playoff push. The pitch from Topolsky in the zone, a late call given. Make it now 2-1 count here on the pinch hitter Bonifay. Topolsky will come set, checks over the back shoulder, and delivers. In the end, he holds to now 3-1 count. Topolsky looking to avoid a walk, which would load the bases. Ferguson appears to no longer be in right field, so either A, he's ready to go in the ball game, or B, Force is going to trust Topolsky's arm on the bump to get out of the inning. The 3-1. Curveball dips in. And a late call given. That makes it now a full count, 3-2. A gutsy pitch there from Topolsky. Runners should go on delivery here. 3-2. Runners at first and second. Topolsky's going to set. The runner at second base dances. The payoff pitch as the runners go. It skips wide to the right of Fetchick. It goes to his right. The runner's going to take a turn at 3 and look. He's going to stay put. Maybe had a chance to score, but nonetheless, that will load the bases with 2 away as Alex Laird, the shortstop, steps up for his 3rd cuts.
Shortstop number 16, Alex Laird.
If the game hasn't already been put to bed, now is Stark County's opportunity to do so. A base hit should score 2. The pitch from Topolsky. Ground ball left side. It skips off Terriers' glove. 1 run will score. A second will attempt. The play at the plate is not in time. The throw back to 2 is also not in time. It's a 2 RBI single for Alex Laird to make it now a 7-1 ball game.
2-out RBI single.
An excellent hit from Laird. He did his job. That's what I was talking about. He put the ball in play. He trusted his ability with the bat. Salataria just couldn't get enough on it. It skips past him, and that might be enough to seal the victory for Stark County. Now if they want to play for the run rule, they're 4 runs away from it. Now here comes Kelliker. Has walked twice today. He could make it a trifecta, and which would then bring up Broom, who has a chance to sweep the game over with a grand slam. The pitch from Topolsky misses well outside. It's a 1-0 count. Still no new action in Force's bullpen. We could see Ferguson if this is a walk. Topolsky takes his time and delivers. The breaking ball dips in. That will even it up. I feel like right now if you're Fetchik, you're only calling curveballs. Yes, you're going to pretty much tip the pitch at this point. But they can't hit it. They just look at it. If the curveball hasn't working so good, you don't go away from it. I believe there it is again. Now it's a 1-2 count. That's why I don't understand him throwing the fastball in this scenario. You have runners on. You throw the curveball. You throw the runners off. They haven't been able to catch up to it quite yet. Granted, if you hang it a little bit too much, they're going to. But attack a low curveball once again. Instead, he changes his speed and misses inside. Makes it now a 2-2 count. And that is why I'm saying stick to the curveball. 2 pitches this at-bat have been balls. Both were fastballs. 2 pitches have been strikes. Breaking balls. Go to the breaking ball here on the 2-2. Maybe you bring it inside. You go across body. You bring it to him and get him to chase. And he does just that. That gives Topolsky his 5th K, retiring the side. End of 5 here in North Canton. Stark County leads it 7-1 after a 2 RBI single from Alex Laird. Top of the order due up here for Force as they trail 7-1 against the Stark County Terriers as we get underway in the 6th inning. There's a new pitcher on the bump for the home team, Mason Billy, the alumnus of Hoover, on the mound today. taking over for McCune, who had 5 Ks through 5 innings of work. But more on Billy. Went to Hoover, as I just mentioned. All-Federal League pitcher in high school. Made 9 appearances in 24.2 innings with a 9.49 ERA. 28 runs allowed, 26 of them being earned. 17 walks, 21 Ks, and a 324 opponent average in 2024. He's looking to improve upon those numbers going into his sophomore year at West Liberty. Good pitch there from Billy as he paints the corner on Freyhoff. Billy taking a little bit extra of time on the mound. Will deal. Popped into left field, and it's a shallow base hit for Kyan Freyhoff as he finds the sweet spot in between short, left, and center for a leadoff single. And now here comes Hunter Klotz, the first baseman, 0 for 2 on the day thus far, but has an opportunity to change that with Sawyer Salataria awaiting in the on-deck circle. If Force is to make a comeback in the game, it has to start now. This will probably be Sawyer's last at-bat, and he has been the spark of this team today. Anything offensively that has happened has been helped by Sawyer. The pitch from Billy breaks down in the dirt. It's a 1-0 count. Klotz looking as well to have a great upcoming year at KSU with his teammate in the on-deck circle. A lot of MAC talent in this league along with OAC. KSU probably the most represented, followed by EMU, and then there's a couple Toledo kids in the league, but nonetheless, it's really the top 2 of KSU and Toledo who have been represented, along with a couple Akron kids. The pitch from Billy, cranked into center field and dropped shallowly. It's 2 shallow base hits in the outfield for Force to get the inning underway. And now here comes the power hitter, Sawyer Salataria, the third baseman. 1 for 1 on the afternoon with a solo shot to right field, a walk, and a stolen bag to his name. Has 2 ducks on the pond for him to work with. What does the Wildcat legend have in store? Billy needs to be careful here. Does not want to give Salataria a meatball to crank. He deals. Goes to the outside corner on a breaking ball. Makes it now a 0-1 count on Salataria. But Salataria has really improved since the beginning stages of the Summer League. He has really done an excellent job to heat up, and his bat is now where it should be going into a collegiate season where he realistically could start as a freshman. There's a reason why Ohio State scouted him and at one point signed him. If it wasn't for the pitching change, he'd be going to Columbus to go play for them. And given that, would probably be one of the top prospects in the WRCL, and he still is regardless. The pitch, ground ball to left side. Got a little bit too much on that baseball, and in the on-deck circle is Dom Costello, the right fielder. But Salataria knows that he needs to crank the ball, just needs to put the ball in play and move the needle a little bit more for Force if they are to make a comeback. He doesn't want to be out number 1. He can't be out number 1 for a Force rally. The pitch. Strike 3 on the outside corner for out number 1. Salataria can't believe it as Billy gets a gift.
Now at the plate, the right fielder.
An excellent job nonetheless by Billy to paint that outside corner. It looked pretty good. It could have been a gift, but nonetheless, Salataria in shock for out number 1. Do I see his point? I kind of do. Foul to the backstop by Costello. It's a 0-1 count to begin this at-bat. But for Force, that has to be devastating if they want to make a comeback. Their star man retired looking for out number 1. The spark's going to have to come from somewhere, and it can't come from Salataria right now. Who is it going to come from? Costello. Is it going to come from Herman in the on-deck circle? Fetchick the catcher. A pinch hitter. Who is the spark going to come from? It's a 7-1 game. They beat this team a couple days ago 4-1. There's a reason why they were able to be one of 3 teams all year to beat Stark County. They have a league best 18 wins. Force is near the bottom with 7. They did something right in that game that they just haven't figured out today. The pitch. Curveball breaking. Just misses off the plate. But this Force team, they're very young. They can come back next year and regroup a year stronger and get some younger talents to come up through the pipeline. Westlake has a couple of good ball players that they could potentially bring up. North Olmsted as well. They need to look in the surrounding areas for some talent. Costello ropes it into right field. It drops in for a base hit. They're going to send Freyhoff. He will score. It's an RBI single for Dom Costello to get a run back for Force. It's now a 7-2 ball game. I was just asking, where is the spark going to come from? And Dom Costello is the man to step up. Hits it to the position where he is playing defensively for Force. And as well, with the RBI, he also puts a runner 90 feet away from scoring. And now this is where you need to be a train on the base path. You need to just keep sending runners along. It needs to be from that, like, kind of similar to that 1940s cartoon where you had the pitcher just throwing and you have just, I believe it's a dog animated going up there, swinging and walking to first base. That's the kind of pipeline you need to have right now if you're Force. A base hit, base hit, base hit, base hit, a walk, whatever you need to do to get on base. Just make it a line from the dugout to the on-deck circle to the box to first, second, third, home, back in. It has to be a revolving door. Realistically, to give them a chance, I need to see them put up a couple more runs. I need to see it 7-5 to give Force a good chance to come back in the 7th. And that's nothing against Force. That's more in credit to just how good and how suffocating defense that Stark County plays. They allow less than 3 runs per game for a reason. There's a chance that Force can get above that right now. It might be too shallow in center field. They're going to attempt it nonetheless. But in the end, they hold the runner. An excellent job in center field by Williams to get it in time for out number 2.
Urban flies out to center field for the second out.
So now a 2-way, up steps Heath Fetchick. So far today, 0 for 2. He needed a little bit more zip on that ball to give the runner a chance. But at the same time, given the score, I wouldn't have minded the tag up. I wouldn't have minded the attempt. Worst comes to worst, it's still 7-2. Best comes to best. It's 7-3. It's 2-way, and you still have a chance. They need to get that run in from third. They absolutely need to now. As for Stark County, if things hold the same, Broom, a pinch hitter, and Collins will be due up. Billy will take a second on the mound to get ready. The pitch, runner goes 4-2. The throw down from Grega. Not in time. Whoa. Whoa, a gift given to Force. I have no clue how the runner is safe at second base. Grega had him by a mile. I don't think it was remotely close, but nonetheless, 2 runners in scoring position. It's a stolen bag for Costello. Grega definitely feeling robbed of a CS added to his stat line. And it results in a run for Force. They are not happy about that. Costello thinking about it. He will stay at third. It's an RBI single for Heath Fetchick to make it a 7-3 ball game. But how robbed does Stark County feel right now? This is going to be one of those instances of not playing against the umps, but playing with what they give you. You didn't get the call at second base, and an RBI single resulted. But now if you're Force, get another run across. Make it 7-4. You were given this opportunity. You need to make something of it. Caleb Walker so far today, a pop-out and a ground out to his name. It looks like we'll have a courtesy run as it is Herman who's going to run. He'll run for the catcher. And the on-deck circle for Force is Bartone. But technically the tying run is in the on-deck circle for Force. The pitch. Goes to the corner, but misses a little bit low. Be a 1-0 count to get this at bat on Walker. If you're just tuning in, 4 so far this inning, scoring 2 runs. It could have been over. Grega thought he had Costello going for second base, but wasn't in time. The throwback to 1 isn't in time. But Stark County trying to rebound and get the memory of that throwout out of their mind. Billy deals. Goes low and misses. It's now a 2-0 count. I do not believe as of right now there is any action in the Stark County bullpen nor the Force bullpen. There's a chance Ferguson enters for Topolsky next inning, but otherwise Billy and Topolsky will be set to end the game on the bump. Goes to the outside corner and gets it, makes it now a 2-1 count. Stark County looking for their 19th win on the year. It would be an impressive number to get to, and with the playoffs in mind, I believe the most wins they can get if this is it would be 21. The pitch goes inside, makes it now a 3-1 count. Bartone eagerly awaiting in the on-deck circle for Force. If you're Stark County, you have to be thinking, who can I call on next if need be? Greg is going to go and talk to his pitcher, probably a smart decision. And in the meantime, we have a couple games upcoming in the WRCL this coming weekend. Premier will take on Force in a doubleheader at Brunswick High School. First pitch of Game 1 will be at 1 p.m., weather permitting. And then in the WRCL, Diamond League, and OPL, we have playoffs the upcoming week, starting with the Diamond League on Tuesday, 6 p.m. first pitch for the 16U, and 8:30 first pitch for the 18U at Lakewood High School for the Diamond League. Same times, same place on Wednesday, and then Saturday and Sunday times to be determined for the WRCL. That Saturday and Sunday combination being July 20th and 21st. We have a full count now, 3-2 after that strike on the outside corner. The runner from first is going to break. It's a full count, 3-2. Billy looking for his second K and a huge K at that. His first was against Solitaria. That was big at the time given Solitaria's bat. This one is big to keep the Terriers up by 4 and to not allow a run. Walker versus Billy. The payoff pitch just misses off the plate. That will load the bases. I hate to say it, but that has been a strike the majority of the game.
Now batting for the Force, the EH, number 5, Neil Bartone.
But that will load the bases nonetheless. But still, you had the throw out not given as an out, and then the call in the outside corner. Stark County definitely feels done dirty. But nonetheless, Bartone will now be tasked with doing something here. Had a double his last time up. First pitch given on the inside corner. It's a 0-1 count. After Bartone, Serdernack, and Albert would be due up next for the visitors. They have a chance to make it a 2-run ball game with a single here. A double could make it a 1-run ball game. A home run would tie it. The pitch. Ground ball hit weakly to the left side. It's going to be a tough play to make. The throw across the diamond. It skips past the first baseman. 1 run will score. 2-run score. Walker tripped by the shortstop. He is into third base. On the throwing error, it's now a 7-5 ball game. A very costly E5. But Force feels they should get an extra base based off the trip. That could have been interference, as over at shortstop, Laird may or may not have gotten a piece of Walker.
Now batting the DH, number 13, Matthew Serdenak.
And now Serdenak, the designated hitter, has an opportunity to do some damage, as he would be the go-ahead run. This game has gotten very interesting in the late stages if you're just tuning in. It was 7-2, runners at the corners. Dom Costello of Force stole second base. Grega, it looked like had the throw on point. The tag maybe wasn't there. A couple pitches ago, it was 7-3, an outside corner strike not given, leading to a 2-run error. Makes it now a 7-5 ball game. Stark County definitely has their backs against the wall after leading for the majority of this game. The only time they trailed was going into the bottom of the first after Solitaria's home run. I asked who would be the spark, and it was Costello with the base hit and then the stolen bag, and he has gotten this Force team back into this contest. So now the question is, who does Coach Willoughby call up next to go in and pitch? There is some action now in the bullpen on the home side. Can't see it right now who it is, but wouldn't be surprised to see him come onto the mound very, very soon if this is a walk. The pitch from Billy goes to the outside corner. Look very similar to the 3-2 on Walker. But nonetheless, Stark County looking for out number 3. They have been on the prowl for a good 20 minutes now, probably. The pitch goes into center field. Is it shallow? Instead, it's caught in center field. That will end the bleeding for now as we go into the middle of the 6th. Stark County leads at 7-5 after Force puts up 4 runs in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Walsh University. Stark County in a close game, 7-5 against Force, Ohio. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. It is Seth Yacobucci, the rising sophomore at Lake Erie College, stepping up for his first cuts as he will pinch hit for Broome. Yacobucci played his high school ball at Talmadge, was a Hustle Award winner, team MVP, scholar athlete, 4-year letter winner in baseball, a team captain, and a 4-year letter winner in football, in addition to being a scholar athlete in the football realm at Talmadge. A storied career for them. They've had some success in prior years, so that pedigree has helped him become a standout player, not only at Talmadge, but as well here for Stark County, as he is one of their top players. He's been on a rotation behind the dish with Grega. He started the majority of the early games, but Grega has given him a run for his money behind the dish and got the nod today. And on the mound for Force now, Travis Ferguson, the rising freshman at John Carroll. Another member of the Westlake alumni on this Force team, had a 1.09 ERA in 13 appearances in 19 innings pitched, a 2-1 record while allowing 19 hits, 3 runs, 3 of which were earned, 8 walks, and 13 Ks, while being 1-for-1 hitting this past year for the Demons. And it's a leadoff single for Yacobucci as he looks to get Stark County back in the right direction offensively after surrendering the 4 runs they did in the top of the inning.
Number 7, Charles Roberts.
And Charles Roberts back up for the second time today. He walked his first time up after coming in for Ty Williams, the center fielder, a couple of innings ago. But Ferguson, the third pitcher of the game for Force after Topolsky and Tarnowski. The pitch. Believe they're calling that a ball. Looked like a good pitch from our angle, but nonetheless, it's a 1-0 count to begin this at-bat on Roberts. For Force next inning, Elverd, Freyhoff, and Klotz would be due up a Solitaria, being the fourth man in that list. Bunt being shown. Pull back. It skips past Freyhoff. That will give Yakubuchi second base. Stark County looking to close the door and get a couple more runs on the board here and make sure they have some insurance if something does go wrong in the top of the seventh. We are now around 2 hours into this game. The pitch. Check swing fouled over the away dugout. Roberts tried pulling that one back, but got a little bit too much on it. Maybe a full swing would have launched that ball into right center field. Ferguson will take his time, has a runner in scoring position behind him. Will deal. Smacked up the gut into center field and will fall in for a base hit. Yakubuchi will take a turn and stay put at third. It's runners at the corners with none away for Stark County. And now up steps Caleb Collins.
The third baseman, number 27, Caleb Collins.
Caleb Collins so far today 0 for 2 with 2 pop-outs, but reached his first time up after being hit by a 3-2 pitch. With runners at the corners, wouldn't be surprised to see an attempted steal from Roberts. There he goes. The throw down from Freyhoff goes wide to the right, but a nice job there in the middle to snack it before it went to the outfield by Albert. But the throw not there. It's a stolen bag for Roberts. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Collins. Makes this at bat even more crucial for the home team. The pitch from Ferguson. Curveball hits him. His second hard 90 of the game. This one might be a little more painful than the first, as the first one clipped off the arm, hitting the old batting helmet. There's a reason why you wear a helmet, ladies and gentlemen, and that is Exhibit A. That loads the bases nonetheless. Now up steps the designated hitter, Simek. Has walked twice and has singled.
The DH, number 29, John Simichek.
And now time called as Force's coach will go and talk to Ferguson. I get why you rotate the pitchers, but Topolsky was pitching just fine. I felt like if you throw him in for the 6th, it'd be one thing if this was still a 7-1 or 7-2 ball game. I feel like you kept Topolsky in the game. This would be going a little bit better for Force. He was pitching well. He had 5 Ks. He had more than the starter at that point. You throw him one more inning, unless he asks to be pulled. We don't know that. We don't know what is being said in the dugouts. If he asks, that's one thing. But otherwise, I felt like you kept him in and let Ferguson go into the bottom of the 7th if you could get there. But as of right now, it looks like Force will have to do a lot at the sticks to make that happen. It's a 2-run game as of right now, but one swing of the bat can change the trajectory of the 6th inning entirely. The pitch. And that could have been the pitch to change it, but Collins just sees it into the right side of the zone. But nonetheless, Collins will regroup once again. He's looking for his pitch. He's expecting it here, potentially a fastball in a similar spot, but a little bit more in. Fouls it away as it tries to go to a similar spot, but he breaks the movement before it can get there. The catcher, Grega, awaits in the on-deck circle for Stark County. So far today, he is 1 for 3, but one swing of the bat can make his day go from good to great. The pitch. Runs inside a little bit low. The 2-2 count now on Collins. Ferguson really needs to get out number 1 at the plate or a double play that results in a run not scoring. The 2-2. It goes to right center field and falls in for a base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to send another. 2 runs will score. They're going to send a third. Collins will score. It is a 3 RBI double for John Simek. to make it now a 10-5 ball game. That might be enough to seal the victory on the 25th anniversary of Stark County Terrier baseball.
Now batting the catcher, number 5, Nathan Grega.
What a gift that would be for Stark County on their 25th anniversary. An excellent hit to potentially cap off a big win. It was a gapper in right field. It looked like it was just going to fall in for 1 RBI, but the hustle on the base path paid dividends. It's now a 5-run ball game. Stark County has almost made up all the runs they surrendered. They've scored 3 thus far. They need, I believe, 1 more, and that would be enough to negate the efforts of force in the top half of the inning. Ferguson will come set and deliver. Left field weakly, and it drops in for a base hit. They're going to hold Simek. Grega now 2 for 4 as the parade continues.
Grega singles to left field.
So far this inning, single, hit by pitch, double, single. Stark County has been nearly unstoppable in this game. Ty Williams will re-enter as the pinch runner / courtesy runner for Grega. It's runners at the corners with none away, and Sefton, the first baseman, steps back up 2 for 2, an RBI single back in the first, a base hit his last time up, and a walk sandwiched in between. The pitch from Ferguson, a curveball dips in, but a little bit too low. No, they're going to give the late call. Nothing in 1 count. Still for force next inning if they want to make something happen. It starts with Trent Elverd, Kyan Freyhoff, and Hunter Klotz. The pitch dips in. That one not given. Evens it up at 1-1 now. The Terriers would technically need 5 runs to end the game right here. A pitch from Ferguson. Goes to the corner, makes it now a 1-2 count. But Ferguson, it was an uphill battle upon entering the game. Stark County, if it's a close game late, that is when they slam the door. He had to face the heart of the lineup. He has done what he can, and unfortunately, it hasn't been enough as of right now. They get the out at home. The play down to 2 is not in time. It's a stolen bag for the pinch runner, but on the K, they get out number 1.
Ferguson gets the K for out number 1, now batting.
And now up steps, I believe, the same pinch hitter from last time. Yes, it is. It's Caden Mastery. Mastery struck out swinging his first time up, but the rising junior at Ashland looks to avenge his first efforts with potentially 2 RBIs. First pitch he sees goes inside, but finds his own. Nothing in 1 count. It appears the action in the bullpen for Stark County has settled, but I would not be surprised to see a pitching change and a closer come in to finish the game. It's skied in the infield. This could be infield fly potentially. It doesn't matter as it's caught by Albert over at second for out number 2.
How about to second base for out number 2?
He got well underneath it. He tried barreling it, but just too much underneath it. 2 outs in a row recorded by the defensive force. Now brings up Ty Sowers with 2 away. 2 runners still in scoring position, or correction, it is Rafe Bonifay in for Ty Sowers. Bonifay, his first time up, walked. But he has an opportunity here to make something happen with 2 away. 2 runners still in scoring position. More damage can happen, but a beautiful curveball from Ferguson dips into the zone. Nothing in 1 count. You got to give credit where credit's due to Topolsky and Ferguson. Their breaking balls have been nearly unhittable today. Topolsky's breaking ball looked light years better than it did the last time I saw him play back in the spring of 2023. Lined into right field and caught by Costello to retire the side, but not before Stark County scores 3, courtesy of a 3 RBI double from the designated hitter John Simek. End of 6 in North Canton. Stark County leads at 10-5, and they will look to close out a win on their anniversary when we return. 10-1 and 2 hitters due up here in the top of the 7th for force. They need 5 runs to keep their hopes of a win alive against the Stark County Terriers. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening as we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Stark County Terriers organization. First pitch of the inning is a strike on the swing. It's a 0-1 count to begin this at-bat on the rising freshman at Mount Union, who so far today is 0-2 with a strikeout looking and a pop out to first base. Ground ball hit weakly to the left side of the infield. Laid scoops it up, throws across the diamond. It's in time. It's 1 up, 1 down. And after that ground out, up steps Kyan Freyhoff, the center fielder so far today. 1 for 3. A fielder's choice, a strikeout, and a base hit to his name thus far. Is the top of their lineup. If they're going to get back into this game, it is now. They have Freyhoff, Klotz, and Solitaria, all of which who have had 1 hit today. Cranked into left field. Going back is the left fielder, Kelliker. He gets underneath it for out number 2. You can sound the final countdown for Stark County. And now here comes the last hope for Force Ohio. It's Hunter Klotz. Ground out a K and a base hit thus far this afternoon. Billy looks to close out the game here. He has really settled in this inning. He struggled in his first inning of work, but has really came on back and settled things down. And now, after that strike, is 2 strikes away from ending the game and sealing Stark County's 19th win of the year. Billy will come set. Now the pitch. Popped up to the left side. This could do it. It's in no man's land. And caught over at shortstop by Laird as he seals a 10-5 victory for Stark County as they celebrate their 25th anniversary as an organization in style. You can see the celebration there in the outfield by the 3 gentlemen who did an excellent job holding down the fort this afternoon. Your player of the game could go to a number of players. Brendan McCune, 5 Ks through 5 innings, did an excellent job. John Simak, 2 for 2 with a 3 RBI double. I feel like he is your player of the game. I will give hit to him as well. Congrats to Stark County on their 25th anniversary of being a program. They have been great for many years and will continue to be great for years after this. It is awesome that they're able to play back at their original home stadium here in North Canton. They play most of their games at Thurman Munson Stadium, which is a little bit south of here in the heart of Canton, just off the highway, maybe a good 10 minutes away from Canton South High School, a beautiful facility where they are able to play their ball. We will see them in a couple of weeks in the WRCL playoffs as they will most likely take on a 5 or 4 seed depending on how the playoff bracket shakes up. As well, congrats to Greg Turbovich, the general manager of Stark County, for all he has done and for a great, successful evening here in North Canton. As well, we'll be back on Sunday to bring you Force versus Premier Baseball in the WRCL. First pitch coming at 1 p.m. To stay up to date on all the games I'm covering, follow Smee Sports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. To stay up to date on all the action in the WRCL, follow the WRCL at WRCLBB on Twitter, and as well stay tuned to updates on the website. And finally, subscribe here to the WRCL YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we go live. In addition, in other leagues managed by Commissioner John Mengelkamp, we have the OPL and the Diamond League. The Diamond League championship games for the 16U and 18U divisions will take place on Tuesday evening at Lakewood High School. First pitch being at 6 for 16U and 8:30 for 18U. The same exact time frame follow the next night on Wednesday at Lakewood for the OPL 16U at 6 and 18U at 8:30. Those will be back over on my YouTube channel, Smee Sports, so drop that channel subscription while you're at it. That's where we had our first WRCL broadcasts that ended up being Premier versus B2. Those are great games. Go check those out, along with the rest of the games in the league. The link for Game 1 should be up for Sunday, but Game 2 will be updated later. But with that, that will do it from North Canton at Walsh University. Stark County doubles forces efforts 10-5. I've been Nathan Smee. Thank you for spending your Thursday with me here in North Canton. Have a good night, everyone, and one last congratulations to Stark County. Here's to many more great years to come.